Hello and happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to DV Live.
Hi there.
Good morning. So today we have Miss Bridgette Cunningham, who is one of our tellers, so familiar face for y'all. And we're doing a Meet Our Team episode. Welcome.
Nice. Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
And we've had you on before to talk about the
Premium checking.
Yes, the benefits of premium checking.
Yeah.
So that was a fun one.
Yeah. I had
Roadrunner
Alex
rewards.
next to me.
Have you gotten anything with your Roadrunner rewards?
I
lately?
actually did. I actually just got $150 worth of Amazon gift cards. So I'm waiting for them in the mail.
Stop it.
I swear.
That's wild.
Yeah. I kept, because there's a lot of stuff on there. So I kept window shopping. And then finally yesterday, I was like, I'm doing this. And $150 I'm going to get for Amazon gift cards.
That's crazy. So for any of our members watching, go check your Roadrunner rewards. If you don't know what that is, look a few episodes back to the premium checking with Bridgette and Alex.
Yeah.
So today we're going to have some fun.
All right.
Our resident, is it Tronite?
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 Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Tronite. Yeah.
Tronite.
Not Tronite.
I was like looking it up and I was like, oh, I'm going to butcher this. I'm just going to have to ask.
Yeah.
Our resident Tronite, who was born and bred over there?
So I was actually born in San Dimas, but my parents did live in Trona because they moved in, I believe it was about 78, 79.
Okay.
And then I have an older sister that was born here in Ridgecrest. And then my grandparents lived down in Baldwin Park. So I think that might have been why I was born down in San Dimas, because then I have two other siblings that were born local here. So
You just had to be the oddball.
yeah, they brought me home to Trona.
And that is where Desert Valley's originated from.
Yes, Searles, right? Searles Lake Federal Credit Union.
Searles Lake Community Federal Credit
we go.
Union. I know it's confusing because I was looking it up and I was like, this sounds so wrong. Like, why am I saying this wrong? And I was like, nope, it's right.
It's a lot there.
Totally right.
Yeah.
So let's start this episode off with a fun fact about you.
Fun fact. So I was thinking about that. You know, I love to sing and dance. I've karaoke'd once, but I would love to karaoke more because I absolutely love to sing.
Do we have one of the local bars? I think does karaoke.
Really? See, I'm new to
Partners?
Ridgecrest-ish.
I was gonna say you're kind of new. Well,
Yeah.
have you been here?
Not quite a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and you're just right up the street from us. You
am.
like right here, brand
I'm like
new.
less than a minute. Yeah. I can be running late and still make it on time.
That's crazy.
It's great. Yeah.
So, do you car karaoke?
Absolutely. My kids love it. I would roll down the windows and they'd roll them back up, but then I'd open up my sunroof. And so, funny story, in Oregon, there was a lot of bus stops along the road and they get pretty crowded. And we'd be driving down the street at a stoplight and music's blaring and I'm singing and they're rolling up the windows. And I'm like, yeah, but the sunroof's still open.
You're all, they can still hear me. So, what's your
Yeah.
favorite song to sing?
Oh, I don't know.
No.
I know more artists. I mean, Lauren Daigle, she's a Christian singer. I
Yeah.
absolutely love her. I like singing like Adele, Mariah Carey. I used to be able to get super high like Mariah Carey, but I haven't
Okay.
tried that in a while.
Is it Adele? Hello?
Yeah.
I've jammed out on that, and I definitely know I do not hit
Yeah.
those notes. And I remember distinctly one time leaving like Disneyland or maybe a hockey game somewhere down in Anaheim, and we were singing it. And my sunroof was open, and I was like just going, and Darren's like, Amanda, people are staring at you. And I was like, they can't
so
hear me. And he's like, yes, they can.
Yeah.
And I was all,
And my bathroom, I don't have a neighbor yet. The house is empty. I do have neighbors behind me, and I wonder because I've got two windows in my bathroom that I'll just lay open and put the music up loud and just sing while I get ready. So they may hear me.
it's okay. You do you.
Yeah, it lifts my soul. So
There we go. What is it? Recently, my son has got me into Beastie Boys Intergalactic.
oh yeah.
So I just started playing the video, and it's a robot and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But now we finally both, like, he can at least say every word, like, at the end.
Uh-huh.
And then I can rap, like, what's it? Ad Rock's portion.
Oh yeah.
So
Nice.
not going to do it here.
Yeah. Aw.
Definitely not. But we'll see one day.
And that's me. I love every genre. Like I'll do rock and roll. I'll do the older classics. Like country, Christian, rap. I'll throw on some crazy newer hip hop rap, and like if I'm working
no.
out or
No, no,
cleaning.
I'm too old
And
for
they're
that.
looking. I'll even sing words, and my kids are like, "Mom, how do you know that?" It's like,
All right.
from you, silly.
So anybody watching, drop your favorite karaoke songs for us, and maybe one day we'll have an edition where we're just on
That'd
here
be fun.
singing.
walking out. Yeah.
We'll make Eric come on and sing with us.
We'll lift everybody else's spirits.
Oh,
Maybe.
scary. So scary. So going back to the history with our credit union and you guys basically both growing up together.
Yeah. My parents, my dad was 17 years old when he got a job in the plant. 18, I apologize. My mom was 17 and he was working there since. And then they
At
were
the
members.
Searles plant,
The
right?
plant, yep.
The main one? Because
Yeah.
there's three over there?
Yeah, and he was actually in the West End. He was one of those that stayed in his area for his whole until he retired. So he was West End the whole time. Yeah. So and then the credit union was where we used to go to have my mom cash my dad's checks or put them in. Get a sucker.
So get a sucker. There we go. So did you start out with the credit union there? Was that your first account?
It was,
and
yeah.
Interaction?
Miss Marilyn Simmons is the one that opened my very first account. Yeah, so I've been here a long time. It's just kind of funny because I remember being little and going with my mom, and I would be so fascinated when the tellers would count out the money and just lay it out, and I would just do it along with them, and then
Like the little
here I
fans of
am.
money?
Yeah.
Is that how you count it back out now too?
Yeah.
That's fun.
So it's like I'd grab my sucker and I'd either go sit on the little bench that they had in there and wait for her. I'd sit there and just watch because I thought it was so cool the way they counted it out.
Aw.
Yeah. So I've been a member for probably close to 18 years or so. I've been with the credit union for a long time. Yeah.
That's amazing, though.
And then my husband and I got a joint account when we got together, so we've been here ever since.
Oh, scary. Yeah, I still haven't done that.
Yeah, even when I moved to Oregon, we still did all of our banking through Desert Valleys, which had some challenges, but I loved that we had the history with the credit union and, just that
couldn't let it
family.
go.
Yeah, no, couldn't do it.
Now, I assume because we are part of co-op, so it was a lot of more ATM co-op transactions.
Yeah, the
up
only
there.
thing that got tricky was if we needed a new debit card, we had to wait for it to come in the mail.
Oh.
And then I didn't bank anywhere else at all. So they were my only bank. So if I
You're like
could be in trouble if I didn't have that debit card. Yeah.
Desert Valleys, like through and through. You're
Yeah.
like an OG almost.
I am. There you go. Yeah.
So now you previously worked for the school district, correct?
I did. Mhm.
And coaching, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I actually started coaching in Oregon with the YMCA. I
Okay.
did volleyball coaching for 3rd and 4th grade, which I absolutely loved. That's when I got started coaching. Volleyball, because before that I did
I haven't
coach
heard about
cheer.
the Y in so long.
I know. It was such a neat place. The pool, they had a pool, they had it all. It was really nice. So I actually started coaching youth cheerleading in Trona.
Okay.
And then we had moved to Oregon. I coached volleyball. And then coming back to Trona, I started coaching volleyball again. And then for 1 year, the varsity cheerleaders were going through a change with coaching. And I said, hey, let me help out until you find somebody. And ended up co-coaching with somebody else. So I ended up sticking with it for the year. And I love coaching. I love to think that you could be this positive influence and watch these kids just grow and blossom, and not just learning the sport, learning
Life skills.
life skills, absolutely, being on time.
I think that's one thing
even think
looking
of the
back
word.
because I did sports growing up. And I still see some of my coaches and I'm like, thank you for what you've done.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes I hated running laps.
I know. Our basketball coach, Miss Sandy Sprouse, I remember Hell Week with her for basketball. We were running 52, 53, 55 laps around that gym.
No way. So, okay. One thing that Trona is famous for is their dirt football field.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is that any different for the cheerleaders to be on, or?
I think it's a little bit harder when you fall, falling on that dirt rather than grass. Definitely if you're doing any kind of routine on the ground, if you don't have that grass underneath you, it does definitely get rough. Yeah, but I mean, those boys getting drugged through it, yeah.
I will admit that's one thing, born and raised here. I've played out at Trona for volleyball and stuff, but I've never seen their football field.
Really? Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I watched the documentary on it and everyone talking about it, and I was like, I've never seen that field.
Yeah, and so there, if you get injured on the football field, it's rub some dirt in it, and then you'll be just fine.
It's literally.
Literally, rub dirt in it.
So do you still coach right now?
No, actually. So moving to Ridgecrest, my kids have now shifted over here, obviously to the schools over here, and I'm trying to get them kind of more involved with sports.
Right. I feel like everyone somehow, some way, the last year was connected.
But then my work schedule is a little rough with coaching because I don't get off till 6:30.
Oh yeah.
And then so we would be practicing like 7 to 8:30, and then I would have absolutely no time at home. So it was a little bit of a struggle because it was nice when I worked for the school, I'd get off at 2:30, 3 o'clock.
Because your schedule mimicked student hours, I guess.
Absolutely, yeah. And so I'd go home for about an hour. I'd go back and I'd volleyball practice. I'd go home, and then all my other house duties, cleaning and kitchen. And then it was jumping online for school when I was doing my online schooling. So
wow.
It was quite full. But now it's kind of nice. I get home at 6:30, and it's just I have a couple hours with the kids before they have to go to bed. And
it sounds a lot more relaxing.
It is
less chaotic.
Yeah. I miss the chaos. I miss the chaotic.
No, your family still though. It's like having a whole team to watch over.
Absolutely. It is keeping them all entertained. And
now, how many kids do you have?
I have 4,
and
my oldest is 21 today.
What?
21 today. It's
no way. I don't
surreal.
I don't believe that.
Yeah.
Really?
She's 21.
Aww,
yeah, and then my
happy
son. I know. Thank you. Her name's Christy. She
I
works
won't
at
be
Stevens.
singing that either.
No. And then I have Bryce, who is 19, is currently the youngest employee at the plant in Trona right now, which I thought was a really cool fact.
That is a cool
He's the youngest one right now. That information was shared with me. And then I have Araya, who's going to be 17 next month. She's at Burroughs, a junior. And then Bella, who just turned 12, is at Murray in 7th grade. Yeah. 3 girls, 1 boy.
Would you like a duck?
No, I got dogs and cats. Well, 1 cat.
Since everyone last saw me, I've acquired ducks. So
My mom has
bring me
ducks
some
and
duck
geese.
eggs. Oh,
We used to live down the street. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Like, no thanks.
No, thank you. So, what interested you to be part of the Desert Valleys team?
So
Besides the money fanned out and counting.
I know. Yeah. I really loved the atmosphere here and wanting to become a part of what I saw behind the line when I was on the member side. I absolutely loved my job at this school, but I was looking to kind of take myself in a different direction. There wasn't really room for growth over there. And so here, after talking with Dana and Eric and talking about the different paths and that kind of thing, I was like, it might be a little bit of a struggle because now I'm working every other Saturday and then I'm not getting off till 6:30, which one of the best
It's a
things.
shift. Like, it's nice to come in
huge
later
shift.
in the morning, but
It
at the
is.
same time, it's like, oh, wait, gotta be here later in the
But
day.
then I find myself walking in the door like, honey, what's for dinner? Because now he does dinner because I'm off so late.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at
Then
that.
on the other side of it, I walk in, I'm like, where's dinner? Like, what are we doing for dinner?
You're
I'm
like,
hungry.
I can feel that. Like, sometimes it's nice walking. Like, yesterday I got home and there was burgers, and I was like, ooh, dinner's already made? And I was like, not what I have planned in my mind, but it's made and I'll eat it.
Yeah, it's helpful. It's super helpful. So yeah, the kids and him do a lot more around since I'm working more in the middle of the day to the evening. So it's definitely helpful.
But that's nice to have that dynamic, and you guys can be a team like that.
Yeah. Every now and then he gets frustrated, and it's like, I know exactly how he feels because, there's days where I'll get off work and I'm just like, I just want to sit here and maybe watch a movie.
And when you started, because you've been here almost, what?
Oh my gosh, October
2
26th will be 1 year.
1 year?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The 26th, my
That
1
is
year
2
anniversary.
years. But you were, when you started here, you were still over in Trona. So it was still like that little commute home
It was
and everything.
Oh my gosh, it was. And we knew we were wanting to look for a house over here. My husband's on base, and there's just more to offer the kids. I love Trona, and I love what the community does pull together and try to do like youth programs and stuff. But no parks. We couldn't take our kids to the parks or.
You got the Trona Pinnacles out there.
I know. What's crazy is as long as I've lived there, I think I've been to the Pinnacles like maybe 5 times. And it was all in my adult life. Yeah, not when I was younger.
I think that's the one thing I've always gone to. Like my family,
Really?
like movie buffs, obviously.
Yeah.
We went there with Planet of the Apes, and I think I've taken Memphis there a bunch of times. He just likes going around. He thinks
It's cool.
He thinks he's on the moon.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, okay, we're on the moon, whatever.
Yeah. We did get to, it was not long after the earthquakes. There was a meteor shower happening, and it was the following year. I apologize. So my father-in-law had a friend that does photo shoots for National Geographics, it is. And
What?
I know, you should see. I have a coffee cup that he made. He put a picture on it, and it's like shooting stars out, and it's got Joshua trees. It's my favorite cup.
If you're talking about is it the Perseids meteor shower?
I'm not sure. There's a ton of people at the Pinnacles watching it. I've never seen the Pinnacle so packed. So we went
Okay.
out there, and it was really cool because his friend had this amazing camera that you saw the most beautiful stars, and it was just the meteors. It was amazing.
So speaking of the earthquakes, were you in Trona during
was.
that time?
I got interviewed by the Today Show because we had a tent in our front yard.
Well, our little show here is nothing then.
I
too.
know. This is like small time. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we were. So the first one, we were kind of just kicking back at the house. My husband and I were laying down, and the bed shook, and we were got up and just took off running to find the kids. And then the next day, we were actually barbecuing, and we had tried to cut out red meat for a little while, and we happened to I don't know, but we had some really good steaks on the grill, and my husband brought them in on a glass plate, and that's when the second one hit, and it shattered on the ground with all the food. I was like, no.
You're all but the steaks.
Yeah. So our house did get yellow tagged.
Oh no.
Yeah, so technically there was parts of the house that weren't supposed to be lived in or occupied too much.
Well, I'm glad all of you guys were safe.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It was my mom's house got red tagged. Her house did.
So do you still have family over in Trona?
I do. Yeah. I have all my step brothers and sister. They live over there, and then my brother, and then my mom.
All of them, are they Desert Valleys members?
A couple are.
I know it's a weird thing. It's just like,
No, you know what's really cool though? My brother, who was not a Desert Valleys member, I'm pretty sure he got help from Desert Valleys, like a loan of some kind after the earthquakes. So he was able to come to Desert Valleys and get some help that he wasn't able to find anywhere else. So
oh, that's awesome. I believe, because that was also before my time, they did the earthquake relief loans.
Yeah.
Something similar on that. And I'm sure someone's going to come yell at me that I don't know the exact name.
yeah.
But I remember they did that, and I've heard a few stories of people opening accounts or saying, that was their first interaction because they couldn't find help anywhere else.
Yeah.
And it just warms my heart.
It was amazing, the turnout. We had so many people. The Calton computers, we had one of them just show up with a truck full of cases and cases of waters, and this is before any help had arrived for us. We were just, our water was off, obviously, the power. I think they were the first ones that I saw pull in and bring us cases of waters.
I remember a story from here. Actually, Dana and I were talking about it, and she was driving our big mobile branch
Oh my gosh.
out there to deliver supplies to Trona. And she was coming, I believe, out of Sidewinder Canyon, which is like that S curve coming out. And all they see is like an aftershock, and they see the whole
Yeah.
road moving. And she's like, we're just going to keep rolling through it.
My kids were driving in the second earthquake. They were driving from Pioneer Point to Trona in between the two, and my daughter had to pull over. She was freaking out. So it was scary.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'd prefer earthquakes over other, like tornadoes and that kind of thing, but
When
they're still
someone
scary.
says oh, would you rather be in an earthquake or a tornado or a hurricane? I'm like, well, I've never been in the other two.
Yeah,
so I'll
so it's
stick
kinda
to what I
hard.
know.
Yeah.
I think.
What I've seen in the movies,
Yeah.
I'll stick to earthquakes.
Or our massive winds and stuff
Oh
like
my
that.
gosh, they've been insane, haven't they?
Yeah, sorry for saying the W word. Especially with the fair in town this weekend. I'm sorry, everybody.
Keep going.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
So, speaking of that, we do have wristbands, and
We do. Derby tickets?
yeah. so
They're selling pretty good too.
there we go. Are you going to the fair this weekend?
Yes, my brother is actually driving the Derby.
Oh, that'll be fun.
I'm pretty sure Desert Rallies is sponsoring one of my brothers. So I think they've been a sponsor of his for like a few years. So it's kind of cool.
So Desert Valleys is sponsoring the Destruction Derby event. We also got the honor of Saturday is going to be Desert Valleys Day at the fair.
Nice.
So stay tuned, watch our socials for something fun that day. And then we'll be out there on Sunday as well. So we'll be with the sponsored cars and just meet and greets, making some noise, having some fun.
Yeah, my kids are getting they still enjoy the fair, but it's not as fun as a parent because they just, as soon as we get there, they want to take off. It's not like they hang out with us anymore. So
yeah, I'm dreading that. I'm dreading the, Mommy, will you go on this ride? I'm like, no.
nobody prepares you for when they get older. Oh, do you do rides?
No,
Me
but
either.
my husband's 6'4" and he can't fit on a ride, so I have to do the ride.
That's right.
But
At least the little kids ones aren't too bad.
yeah, I just have to go in a
Spin
circle.
in circles.
So being from both parts of the valley, what are some fun events you do like to do here?
So, this is talking about growing up in Trona my whole life. Something I never did until recently was the Gem and Mineral Show, which sadly is not happening this year. Just probably like 3 or 4 years ago was my very, very first time going. We took my youngest daughter out there and it was a blast cracking open some salt.
See, and that's what a few years ago was my first time going, and I was like, this is the best thing ever. And I was literally digging in dirt for a rock to hit with a hammer.
Yep.
Like,
It was so much fun. And then just all the vendors that they would have there inside.
yeah. Hopefully
Definitely
that comes
something-
back. I
Yeah.
think that's an amazing experience. And I actually was not prepared for how many people show up to it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. All over. That was one thing that was huge because it usually happens around homecoming for Trona. So they're usually like just a weekend apart or they're pretty close to each other. So it's
it'd
a
be
busy
around
month.
this time, I guess.
It would be, yeah. Yep. Probably the next weekend or two, yeah.
Because speaking of homecoming, tonight is Burrow's homecoming game.
Nice. Oh, how exciting.
So
For their football? Is it football game?
yeah, so I believe coronation's right before the football game, and then football kickoff is at 7.
See, and it's a little bit of a struggle. My daughter, so she's a junior, but she's completely new, doesn't have any friends, so she just has not been in the spirit of homecoming yet.
Oh,
So I'm hoping she gets there.
no, you just gotta thrust her into that.
I
Be
know.
Like, all right,
I'm like,
what is it? We're dressing you
I
up.
try.
We're doing it.
I try. Today actually I think was Western or Cowboy Day or something. So she did dress up like that. So, but as far as like the dance and stuff, I'm kind of bummed because she's doesn't know many people to go with.
It's gonna be Friday night. She'll be like, I want to go
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
tonight,
would.
Friday night.
Because I'm used to homecoming dress shopping, and this year just hasn't.
She's just getting back in the swing of things.
She is, and she's like I said, new. So what? August, September, 3 months. 3 months at Burroughs. That's all she's. She's still brand new there.
And that's funny because coming from being with you, like, I love that you're always like, what are we doing? What is marketing doing? What are we doing? How can I help? Can I decorate? And it's just so nice.
Yeah, I love it. I love holidays. That's how my house is. I haven't really done much for Halloween, and my youngest is pretty disappointed, but.
Well, we definitely have a lot coming up this holiday season
do.
around here at Desert Valleys for you to
Yeah.
get in the spirit of.
Last year I got to decorate the ginormous Christmas trees. Those were huge.
There you go again.
That ladder was insane.
Y'all probably won't catch me on a ladder unless I'm voluntold.
What is it, like a 15-foot Christmas tree?
We do. The biggest one we have is a 15-foot, and then we have the 9 feet.
Yeah.
So those will be out again.
I had to have Alex put the topper on the top of the 15-foot tree.
Oh, wow.
But for the most part, I decorated the rest of it. Yeah, it might have been a little bit more slim up top because I was a little
And then
nervous, but it's super fun.
We'll have a tree in here too for you to decorate for Santa Day. We get to have Santa Day again in person.
Yes, how exciting.
So second Saturday in December, you guys mark your calendars and come look at the amazing tree Bridgette's gonna decorate.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show today.
it's like fun. I have lots of fun doing it, so.
And thank you, everybody. Again, we have the Destruction Derby on Sunday, and the fair starts today, Friday at 4 o'clock. So get out there, get some food, see some pig
Fair
races.
food. I've been seeing some stuff on Facebook, and it looks like there's going to be a little bit more than I'm used to. Like,
There
it's going around.
is a lot.
Entertainment and
Bands. There's a few different bands. I think there's 8. So
that's awesome.
It's just gonna be.
So I'm gonna let my kids roam, and I'm gonna sit there and jam out to the music.
I'm gonna be walking around with all my food that I can get.
That's
hopefully.
right.
Maybe I'll go every day just to get food.
Food. Yeah. I'll be
All right,
back.
guys. Happy Friday and have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye.
So one thing I really want is